Have you ever caught a whiff of that unmistakable smell and wondered, is that me? Well, you're not alone. Old person smell is real, but here's the kicker. You can eliminate it in just 1 minute. And no, it's not about buying expensive sprays or showering 5 times a day. It comes down to washing one specific spot, and most people completely miss it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to wash, how to do it right, and why it works instantly. Make sure to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. What's one scent you always want to be remembered for? Part 1. The truth about old person smell. Let's start with something nobody really wants to talk about, but we all think about, especially as we age. That dreaded phrase, old person smell. Now first, let me say this. If you've ever noticed it and felt embarrassed or even offended, don't. It doesn't mean you're unclean or unhygienic. In fact, most seniors I know are more fastidious about cleanliness than folks half our age. But here's the surprising truth. That smell people associate with aging, it's not about whether or not you shower. It's not about bad hygiene, and it's not just in your head. Scientists have actually studied it. Yes, studied. It even has a name, 2-non-enol. It's a chemical compound that forms on our skin as we get older. You see, as we age, the composition of our skin changes. Our sebaceous glands, those little oil-producing factories in our skin, start releasing a different mix of oils. Add in hormonal shifts, slower skin cell turnover, and drier skin overall, and suddenly your body starts producing this waxy, greasy, somewhat metallic-smelling compound. Now, what's tricky is that 2-non-enol doesn't smell bad to everyone. Some describe it as slightly greasy, some say it's like stale laundry, others say it's musty or grassy. But once you've smelled it, you recognize it, and sadly, society has unfairly branded it as the smell of old age. It tends to linger in places like chairs. You sit in daily bedding and pillows, clothes you wear regularly, and even your car seat or favorite recliner. What makes it worse? It's resistant to regular soap and water. Yep, just your average wash might not cut it. But before you panic, I want you to know something else. You can fight it, and better yet, you can eliminate it quickly with just one small change to your routine. But first, let me tell you why most of us have been doing it wrong. Part 2. Why most people wash wrong. I want to take you back for a moment to when I was younger, raising kids, working part-time, running around like a headless chicken most days. My idea of a quick shower was 3 minutes of soap, shampoo, rinse, out. Fast forward a few decades, and even though I have more time for self-care, I realized something. I was washing all the wrong places. Here's the issue. When we're taught hygiene as children, the focus is on the obvious. Wash your armpits, clean your groin, scrub your feet. Don't forget your hands and face. All good advice, sure. But the thing is, as we age, our body's odor-producing behavior changes too. The most common areas that produce 2-non-enol, they're not the ones we were trained to focus on. In fact, the key culprits are the areas we tend to ignore or can't reach easily. Behind the ears. Now, I'm not talking just the earlobes. I mean the area right behind the ears, near the hairline, where oil, dead skin cells, and bacteria love to collect. Most people just splash water over their head and assume it's clean. But that spot? It's a hotbed for buildup. When was the last time you lathered and scrubbed it properly? Upper and mid-back. This is where it gets tricky, especially for those of us with shoulder stiffness or limited mobility. The upper back, especially the area around your shoulder blades, traps sweat and sebum, that oily stuff your skin naturally produces. If you don't actively scrub this area day after day, those oils start to oxidize. That's when the scent starts to change. Neck folds and collar area, depending on how you sleep or sit, these folds can trap oils, lotion residue, and even shampoo that wasn't fully rinsed. These small residues break down over time and contribute to body odor, especially if they're not regularly washed away. Lower back and sides. Just because it doesn't sweat as much doesn't mean it's clean. Think of your back as a wall that collects dust. It may not look dirty, but that doesn't mean it's fresh. And when you sit or lie down, your back is always in contact with fabric, meaning it soaks up whatever's lingering there too. The problem is, many seniors don't even try to reach these areas, not because we're lazy, but because mobility, balance, and flexibility get harder with age. And commercial soaps? Most don't target the oily compounds responsible for the smell. So now that we know what we're doing wrong, let me show you what to do instead. Because the good news is, a proper wash doesn't take long. In fact, the method I'm about to share can take just 1 minute and can make all the difference. Part 3. The 1-minute wash trick all right. Here it is. The method that changed everything for me. No expensive creams, no fancy products, no overwhelming routines. Just targeted, intentional washing. This trick takes only 1 minute, and if you do it consistently, the difference is night and day. Let's walk through it step by step. What you'll need: an exfoliating cloth or long-handled brush. Make sure it's soft, but firm enough to slough off dead skin. A back scrubber with a handle is ideal for hard-to-reach areas. A deodorizing soap. Look for ingredients like activated charcoal, tea tree oil, citrus extracts, or even apple cider vinegar. These help neutralize 2-nonenal and kill odor-causing bacteria. Avoid soaps that are too harsh. They'll dry your skin and worsen the problem over time. A timer or habit trigger. You can literally set a 60-second timer while you do it, or tie it to a habit like brushing your teeth or morning stretches. The technique: start with behind the ears. Wet the cloth or brush, lather up your soap, and gently scrub behind each ear in small circular motions. Go right up the hairline. Spend about 10 seconds per side. Move to your neck and collar area. Get into those folds and creases. Scrub around the back of your neck, down to your collarbone. Again, 10-15 seconds here is plenty. Now the back. Reach over your shoulder or around your side, whichever way works best for your body. Focus on your upper back, shoulder blades, and then move lower. If you can't reach easily, use a looped back scrubber that lets you grip from both ends. Spend 20-25 seconds here in total. Rinse thoroughly. Don't let residue sit on the skin. Rinse with warm water, and if you can, use a handheld shower head to get into those curves and corners. This targeted wash takes about a minute, and that's all it needs to start making a difference. Do it daily, or even just every other day to start. Within a week, you'll notice not only a fresher scent, but softer skin, cleaner clothes, and even more confidence. Part 4. The hidden spot nobody washes, but must. Now, here's where things get really interesting. You might think you've covered it all with the back, neck, and behind the ears. But let me ask you a question. Have you ever taken the time to thoroughly wash your belly? Button? Yes, you heard me right. That tiny, unassuming dimple on your stomach? It's one of the dirtiest and most forgotten parts of the body. And it's often a secret contributor to body odor, especially as we get older. Let me tell you something. That made me do a double take. I once read a study where researchers swabbed the belly buttons of dozens of people and found over 2,300 different species of bacteria in just that one spot. Why? Well, the belly button is basically a closed-off crevice. It doesn't get exposed to air the way your hands or arms do, and most of us don't even touch it during a shower, let alone clean it with soap. Over time, it collects a mix of dead skin cells, sweat, body oils, dust, and fibers from clothing. Even residue from lotions or creams, and the deeper your belly button is, or if you've gained a little extra padding over the years, it becomes even harder to clean without being intentional. Now, you might be wondering, but does it really smell? Oh yes, it can, and it does, especially when mixed with 2-none-enol and other age-related skin oils. So what should you do? The belly button. Wash method. Use a Q-tip or soft cloth with a bit of warm water and mild soap. Don't use alcohol or harsh products, just gentle cleansing. Be cautious not to scrub hard. This skin is delicate. Get in there thoroughly but gently. If you haven't cleaned it in a while, you might need to do this a couple of times. A week until it's fresh again. Dry it completely after your shower. Use a clean towel or dry Q-tip. Moisture breeds bacteria. Trust me. Once you start regularly cleaning this forgotten zone, you'll be shocked at how much fresher your clothes and body start to feel. Sometimes the smallest places make the biggest difference. Part 5. Clothing and fabric. Mistakes that trap. Odor. Now that we've tackled our skin, let's talk about what we put on it, because no matter how clean your body is, if your clothes aren't clean, the smell is going to cling to you like a bad habit. And here's the catch. I don't mean obviously dirty clothes. I mean the ones that look and smell fine at first glance, but are secretly harboring trapped body odor, especially that pesky 2-none-enol. As we age, our body oils tend to seep into fabrics differently. Add in a slower metabolism, medications, and skin cell changes, and suddenly your clothing becomes a sponge for scent. Here are a few fabric traps I want you to watch out for. 1. Synthetic fabrics. Polyester, nylon, spandex. They may feel soft, but these fibers are notorious for trapping odor, and most regular detergents don't remove it. If you wear a lot of stretch tops or elastic pants, make sure you're using a detergent designed to fight odor molecules, not just dirt. 2. Pillowcases and bedding. You spend a third of your life in bed. That's 6 to 8 hours a night of your head, neck, and back pressing into the same fabric. If you're not washing pillowcases at least twice a week, you're lying in your own oils. Use hot water, not warm, and a splash of white vinegar in the rinse cycle to kill bacteria. 3. Jackets and sweaters' outer layers often get overlooked. They don't seem dirty, so we don't wash them. But the collar and underarm areas soak up sweat and oil just like a t-shirt would. If you wear a cardigan or fleece daily, make sure it's getting washed at least every 3-4 wears. 4. Elastic waistbands and underwear. The seams, waistbands, and leg holes can all trap sweat and skin oils. Always go for breathable cotton underwear and give special attention to those areas when doing laundry. Again, vinegar or baking soda in the wash can work wonders. And one more important tip. Don't forget your towels. If your bath towel smells musty even after it's clean, it's time to retire it. Towels that don't dry properly become little mold factories. Your skin might be clean, but if the fabric touching it is not, that old person smell will sneak right back in. Part 6. Why eliminating the smell isn't just about vanity, all right. Let me tell you why I care so deeply about this topic and why I hope you take this advice seriously. It's not just about smell. It's not just about looking or feeling youthful. It's about dignity, confidence, and health. When people avoid others because of odor, when you notice a grandchild leaning away during a hug, or a stranger wrinkles their nose, it chips away at your spirit. I've felt it. Many seniors have, and it's not fair because the odor isn't our fault. But the moment I started making these tiny changes, I felt empowered. I felt like I'd taken something back. And more importantly, that fresh, clean feeling changed how I showed up in the world. I wasn't second-guessing myself in the grocery line. I was smiling bigger, holding eye contact longer, hugging without hesitation. And there's more. Keeping your skin clean and exfoliated doesn't just help with odor. It can help prevent infections, especially in skin folds, boost circulation support, immune function, Reduce dry, itchy patches that often lead to skin tears. It's about taking control, one little minute at a time. You deserve to feel fresh. You deserve to be close to others without worry. You deserve to live these years with grace, power, and a little sparkle. If you found this helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share this with another lovely senior who deserves to feel fresh and confident. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and comment below with the scent that makes you feel the most you. And before you go, sign up for my free Savvy Senior newsletter. I send out weekly tips, secrets, and stories to help you live smarter, longer, and better. You deserve to smell good and feel amazing.